Now, to you and me, Deputy Speaker, the aims and goals of Daesh seem ludicrous and preposterous, but that's not so obvious to everyone. A recent Lowy poll found that only 39% of young people agreed with the statement that democracy is preferable to any other form of government. Only 39% of young Australians believe in democracy. This is a very serious problem, because when we speak more generally about our so-called shared values, our Western values, we cannot assume that everyone understands what this means. We certainly can't assume that every law-abiding citizen in this country fully grasps just what these values are or how important they are to our very being. I believe a great number of Australians have lost sight of why it's so important to defend these values. The last time that we truly defended them was in the Second World War. In that conflict, Australians were in no doubt about what was at stake. And later, during the Cold War years, we were often reminded of those values. They stayed at the front of our minds. But since the fall of the Berlin Wall and since the demise of the USSR, our memory of failed alternatives to liberal democracy is fading. This is extremely dangerous. It's why Ayaan Hirsi Ali wrote last week that one of the most essential things we can do is to win the battle of ideas. And this bill actually engages in the battle of ideas because it sends a clear message to those who have not only abandoned our values but who actually fight against them, that we will not tolerate that. By repudiating our values, our fundamental freedoms, by fighting directly against those values, you have repudiated your allegiance to Australia. Those people are now forewarned that if they do go overseas to fight, or if they do engage in terrorist activity here, then they'll run the risk that they will never come back or will be deported.